that you can't be on Section 8 no more than 2 years now, bitch, that's what you get. Because when I be asking y'all to sell me y'all food stamps, you don't. These bitches mad again. Never about no money, but it's always about these men.
Okay, y'all listen. They got the motherfucking new guidelines that if you get EBT, you got to require to do 15 hours of community service. Yep, you heard it here first. 15 fucking hours of community service. In order for you to ever to continue to get them EBT, the guidelines require 15 hours of community service. So y'all know what y'all got to do? They're required to still continue to get those EBT benefits. Y'all got to have a job. If you ain't working, you got to have at least 15 hours of community service. You got to have at least a part-time job to continue to get them benefits. Don't say I ain't tell you so. So in order for you to want to continue to get them benefits, baby, and get them good snacks and be healthy, you get them damn community service done. Okay, bye.
So you want to know what's the cold thing about that community service? And it's cold in a good way, right? I mean, it's good because the main complaint a lot of times is that, oh, I have to work around this schedule. I got kids, all this type of stuff. The job won't work around my schedule. See, the beautiful thing about community service is free labor. So best believe they're going to work around your schedule. So now there's no excuse for you not to contribute to society in some way, which really should be something inside you that you can't wait to do, because society has contributed to you in such a big way. I mean, isn't that crazy? Not wanting to actually give back to the community when you fell on hard times, the community was there for you to fall on, right? Because she said, I mean, if we just, not even what she said, if we look at the caption, it says new food stamp guidelines make no darn sense. 15 hours free, right? Because like I said, there's no excuse anymore. There's no excuse why you can't go find time to do community service. And you can break it down however you want to do in that week, right? You can go knock all 15 hours out on the weekend if that's all you got. Or shoot, if you want to go do, really think about that. That's literally just 2 hours a day. But see, now with that loophole coming in play, there's no excuse anymore. You can go find time to do 2 hours a day. Shoot, in some cases, you could bring your kids and they can help too. So if you guys could do me this quick favor, if you could like the video before we get into the next clip, it only takes a second and it helps me out tremendously. So, I know it's easy to forget, but if you could like right now, I would greatly appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and get into the next clip.
For all the dummies cheering on the speculated Donald Trump limiting Section 8 to 2 years, I just want y'all to keep in mind that a lot of y'all that are currently on Section 8 or whose family members are on Section 8 do not have the credit nor income to move out of their Section 8 apartment to a whole nother house or a whole nother apartment. That's number one. Number two, with your bad credit and little to no income, without the government's guaranteed money of paying some or all of your rent, landlords will not be looking to take a risk on you guys. Just keep that in mind for you dumb motherfuckers cheering this shit.
Lady who was receiving over $3,000 in food stamps, $3,000 in food stamps every single month. She didn't work. She had a couple of dependents, ages 10 and up. But the bottom line is, the government finally caught up to her and they took away her benefits. They said you either have to work or we're going to take away her benefits. And when she does get a job, they're obviously going to reduce the benefits. So she's only going to receive around $1,000, which, by the way, $1,000 is a lot of money. I don't care if it's food stamps or not. With grocery prices, $1,000 goes a long way. But my question is, how is it possible that somebody that is not working, somebody's not contributing anything to the society at all, just staying home, eating bonbons, watching TV, watching soap operas, and you're getting $3,000 of my tax money, because I mean, me and you are the one paying for that. Me and you are giving her $3,000 every single month so she could just stay home and do absolutely nothing. What do you guys think of this lady receiving $3,000 in food stamp every single month and the government finally catching up to her? Do you think that she deserved $3,000 and do nothing in the house? Please.
Address this first brother right here. So, like he said, and he's actually right, there's going to be a lot of logistical challenges with people who have been relying on benefits for a long time. One, he mentioned the credit. Of course, the income, right? You have to be able to show a history of some form of like W-2 payments, right? Payroll, in order to, a lot of times, qualify. It's already hard enough for some people to meet the 3-time income requirement. But also, when you do decide to get back out here on the market, a lot of the people have no resume. And if they had one, there's going to be a huge gap in between, which is just going to make it even harder. And you got to wonder, are they going to be savvy? Are they going to take the type of initiative it's going to require in order to overcome that, right? And when I say overcome that, I just mean you're going to have to come up with some type of story to be able to explain that, right? So there are a lot of logistical challenges, and that's why I say you should not depend on the government, because it sounds good, but you really crippled yourself in a number of ways that after it's all said and done, if you do ultimately have to get back out here and have to try to maneuver in society, it's going to be very, very, very difficult. It's going to be very difficult, extremely difficult. So
really weird and scary thing to even comment, because what you're saying is that if you are poor, you do not get a choice to.
So the comment that she's referring to, it says, if you want the freedom to eat whatever you want, you can pay for it. That's what the comment says.
Buy what you want.
What do people not understand? If you're using somebody else's money, they're going to dictate what you can do with it. And look at all these people in Walmart. The system wasn't working for EBT, so they left all their abandoned carts there, which paints a picture like Bob Ross into the bigger picture. The bigger picture is, how many people are on EBT?
Do you know what that sounds like? A dystopia. That's exactly what that sounds like. Because in a lot of books, if you actually read books, the poor people don't have a choice of what they eat. They eat what the government tells them they can eat. That's what you're wanting? Really?
I know y'all gonna be mad, but I just need to say this. If you get food stamps, I get food stamps, it doesn't matter. Please don't go in the store picking up snacks because they took it out. Don't go in there embarrassing yourself, act like you didn't know, because I'm letting you know, and you need to watch the news because it was on there too. Don't go in there picking up that stuff. I know you used to buying your kids snacks or whatever, things they might need, but we're not able to buy it no more. Put it back. Put it the fuck back. Go in that store embarrassing yourself, boo. Just leave it on alone. If you got a little extra cash, use the cash to buy the kids snacks.
So real quick, let's go back to dystopia lady, right? She's saying that controlling what somebody can buy with free funds is basically like slavery or something like that. And, it's like a dystopia, post-apocalyptic scene in a movie or something. That's insane. I mean, these things have been unregulated for forever. They're finally getting some semblance of regulation. And the reason is because people were taking advantage of it. They didn't want to get rid of it. They didn't want to get off of it, let the next person get on it, as well as there's a lot of fraudulent things going on as well. And at this point, what we find is that people are on this not for necessity, because if it was about necessity, they need it or they'll starve, like so many people say, especially when they had the shutdown happen. If they don't have it, they're going to starve. Somebody who's starving isn't selective about what they get, especially when you still have exponential options in the store. You just can't get like certain type of candy and that type of stuff, right? You still have a lot of options. If you go to one of these starving countries, man, you could give them a raw corn on the cob. They'll tear that thing out the frame because they're really starving, right? That's what that's actually supposed to be for. So my point is, in all this, the system was designed for necessity. But now what we're finding is that it's actually more supplementary. It's really not a necessity for most people on it, because there's so many people defrauding it. There's so many people who are able-bodied. And then there are even so many people who are making permanent decisions in order to be able to leverage it forever. So there's so many people abusing it, and they're not abusing it out of necessity. They're abusing it to take advantage of it. So it's more supplementary. So make more restrictions, and it can still supplement your house. You're still going to need real food. And then if you want the extra stuff, then you can pay for that with your funds, but you're still getting supplemented far more than people like me who don't get it. So you really can't complain about it, in my opinion. But we'll leave it there for today. Y'all, if you could, again, like the video, it helps more than you know. It only takes a second. And then also YouTube has a new feature called Hype. And what Hype does is it basically pushes smaller content creators like myself, and it pushes us to the scale that it pushes the larger content creators. So if you press the Hype button, just like you press the like button, it'll show you my points, and that helps a lot. But if you can't find it, a like works just fine. It's tried and true, and I'd appreciate that all the same. And Patreon's link below if you want to see self-improvement content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.